Hi, thank you for agreeing to join me in conversation. Maybe just for a little bit of context to what these dialogue sessions are about. So the Dialoguer Speaks is a professional or public speaking platform, MC, facilitate and dialogue, and we have a segment called Dialoguer Mondays. And Dialoguer Mondays is profiling someone who is leading in industry or serving in their purpose and really making an impact and giving them an opportunity to share a little bit about what it is that they do, and how we can, or how others can join in what they are doing. And so today we have Regorapetse Serote on,
Definitely.
the founder of She Speaks SA, who's here to talk to us a bit about healing and wholeness. Rego, before we get into it, I learned a new word because of She Speaks SA. I was actually
Yes.
so chuffed. So the word salubrity, which I've never
Yes.
heard before.
Yes.
And when I read that definition of what it means, which is to be conducive to healing and wholesomeness, I thought that was so powerful.
Thank you.
And I'm assuming it's informed part of what it is that you are building, that you are busy building. And we will get into it a little bit more a bit later. But maybe to start us off, talk to us about who Rejo is, where you grew up, a little bit about the values and the things that shaped you.
Okay. Firstly, thank you so much for inviting me on this platform.
Yeah.
It really is really nice for us to just have this conversation.
Yeah.
And I, I'm a mother to a 5-year-old, to a beautiful,
Mhm.
energetic 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Some things that shaped me, I think, is loyalty, respect, and honesty. It
Sure.
really dictates what I do today and how loyal I am to people and things that I'm doing. It has
Sure.
really helped me be as determined as I am and also stay the course of whatever you are going through, you know.
Yeah.
What I always saw from my mother and my father, that they would wake up in the morning and go work, go do their thing and come back home and be like family orientated people. So
Sure.
I think that's, for me, that's the biggest thing as well. Like, I
Yeah.
need to work when I can, but also be able to be there for my daughter. Like
Yeah.
sometimes on Saturdays, my father would cook for us, and that's how we woke up. Like the smell of food going,
Uh,
oh, Daddy cooking, would go. So I think those type of values really shape you today in terms of how you see the world and also
sure.
how you be a parent. And
Mm,
the reason why I really say parent, the first thing is because, like, and we're gonna get into it, but I mean the
mm,
reason why I firstly say parent is because how my daughter came to this world has also
mm,
definitely shaped how I see God, how I see
mm.
the world, and how I see just, showing up for yourself and for other people.
So good. So good. And a little bit about that, because you touched on how your daughter came into the world. Talk to
Mhm.
us a bit about what was going on. 2017, you find out about the cancer.
Yes.
Um, 3 years later, and sorry, at the point you find out that it's stage three cancer.
Yes.
Just help us a little bit understand, what the difference is between stage three and stage four, just in terms of, diagnosis and severity, and then, kind of, how then your daughter comes into the picture.
Okay. So the difference between stage one, two, and three is it hasn't gotten to your other organs. So stage four is when it has metastasized to your other organs, and doctors don't see that there's a cure for it. So with stage one, two, and I mentioned one, two, and three because those ones you can still be healed from it, from
Sure.
having chemotherapy, then going for an operation, and then, like, for instance, if it's breast cancer, then
Yeah.
you go for an operation. So with
Mm.
stage four, because it's maybe gone to your other organs, so with me, it has gone to my lungs and my bones.
Sure.
They're not able to cure it. And I say cure in inverted commas because
Right.
I'm not, I don't see myself that way.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So
So three and four is advanced stages according to medicine,
yes,
of cancer. Okay.
yeah, stage four is
Stage
regarding
four.
advanced.
Okay. Okay.
Mm,
Advanced level. So
yes.
you're now hearing about stage four. And then the dramatic discovery that you're also pregnant.
Girl. So
What's going
I
on in
and
your mind?
so much.
Sure,
So when I found out I was stage 4, I also found out I was 3 months pregnant with
sure,
my now 5-year-old.
sure.
At first, you know, I don't know how to really articulate in terms of what I was going through or
Yeah,
like my mind, because I mean, how do you say okay to doing chemotherapy and pregnancy at the same time? You know,
yeah.
throughout my whole pregnancy. I think for me, it was really God saying this is what you're going to do and being led by Him. Um,
Right,
that I actually was able to get through it, because I mean
right,
everybody was like my oncologist, my cardiologist, my gynecologist.
right.
They're all saying that look, you might not make it, your child might not make it, or both of you might not make it. We don't know.
Sure,
And I was just really holding on to God's word to say I will make it and my child will make it,
sure,
you know.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
And
Oh,
yeah, and 5 years later we're still here. She's
there you are. I love that. I love that. But maybe for a little bit of context for those who might not know, I mean, I think we've heard words, we've heard cancer, we've heard chemo. How invasive is chemotherapy? And I mean, for the medical team to have said to you, you might not make it, what did this mean? Like going through chemo, what could it have meant, let me say, going through chemo pregnant?
it could have okay, so chemo is very invasive to the point where you're not able to stand up
Okay.
and go to the bathroom. Like you're not able to walk a meter because you are weak, you are vomiting, you are feeling sick. I think I remember when I found out I was stage 4 and went to my lungs, I couldn't even walk to the bathroom. Like somebody had to take me to the bathroom, and my place, the bathroom is very close to my bedroom, you know.
Right.
So it's also just not wanting to eat because you are feeling nauseous.
Unwell.
And it's
Mhm.
just, yeah, it's not nice. But for
Okay.
me, luckily, it hasn't really been very like I'm being able to walk and stuff. But
Right.
after chemo, I can feel my body like the 3 days afterwards. I take a dip. Like I'm not as strong as
Yeah.
I normally am. Like
Yeah.
this past Friday was my last chemo session, and I'm going again on Wednesday.
Sure.
I know like this week I'm not able to do as much as I would like to,
Right.
and it's also being kind to yourself, because
Yeah.
I'm a person of let's go, let's go,
Let's get
let's
it
go, and
done.
now,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
now I have to just be like, okay, no, my body says no, so I have to stop, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, it's very invasive. I think
Yeah.
like people don't necessarily understand how bad it really is. People even say that some cancer patients even say that the cancer is not as bad as chemo itself.
Oh
It's chemo
gosh.
that kills you than the actual disease.
Cancer.
Yeah.
Incredible. And
Mm.
so mind frame is okay, so you decided you're going to have the baby, you're going to do the chemo as well.
Yeah.
And at which point, I mean, because I think obviously it speaks to the your internal process that was happening. You know, you still have hope, you still have faith, you're courageous, you're deciding to go through with all this despite the potential reports.
Yeah.
And then the thing around your purpose or feeling like this needs to be something bigger than
Mm.
me.
Mm.
Talk me through like how you went from, because I can imagine just dealing with the fact that you've had the diagnosis, there's also pregnancy, you know,
Mm.
and so it's this potentially bittersweet thing of life is coming, but I'm also fighting for my life, and then
Mm.
purpose, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Talk me through how you sort of processed all of that.
Okay, I think the one thing that I don't tell people a lot, and I need to actually spread more, is the fact that with She Speaks and why I started, it was all a dream. And that's why I know it is purpose.
Sure.
Even the name She Speaks essay, like, okay, it was first She Speaks. I put
Yeah,
the essay in because, like, She Speaks was already registered. But the
sure,
name itself, She Speaks, it was something that God placed in my heart. And
sure.
that's why I know for sure that it is purpose.
Yeah,
And also in hindsight, like for me, looking back at everything that I've been through within like the being alone, like I really felt that
sure.
in this journey, I felt very alone. So I
Mm,
always also for myself, I wanted to be able to be there for women and help them
good.
through the journey that they are going through, you know.
Uh,
And I think for me, if it wasn't for the cancer, I would have
yeah,
never agreed to God to actually go and say, okay, fine, I'm going to do this. Because I'm like,
sure.
it was never, that's not
Not on the
my road.
plans.
that's not
Yeah.
my lane, that's not my road,
Sure.
no, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, but it's the cancers that really make me go, okay, I I
Yeah.
know that this is God's way of saying, look, this is what you need to do.
Sure.
And also in essence of him revealing it to me in a dream,
Mm.
and also the name itself.
Yeah.
And I just felt because my love language is service, right? And
Sure.
I love serving people. So
Hmm.
me doing it, it was like, oh, that's something I can easily do, you know.
Right.
And then put everything together, and also obviously my relationship with God was much deeper because I'm doing something that is not is not known to do. I mean,
Sure.
whenever I went for chemo and I was pregnant, I would
Sure.
always make sure I'm wearing so many clothes so people don't see me. Being pregnant
Sure.
because of the amount of looks and stares and oh my goodness, you chemo, So
Sure.
that's another reason why I do believe this is purpose.
Hmm.
And because looking at everything and still being able to look up on like come out on the other side and say, I'm still in my walk. I'm still doing
Sure.
chemo. I'm still trying to navigate my life with a cancer diagnosis and
Yeah.
being able to still do She Speaks. That can only be
Yes.
God. Like that can
Sure.
only be God,
A hundred percent.
what I've
Yeah.
noticed is a lot of people do it when they have finished, like when they are a survivor, and a lot of
Sure.
people talk about survivorship, but a lot of people don't talk about navigating life with cancer.
Sure.
So that's necessarily what we do with She Speaks is really talking about holistic healing and also navigating
Mm.
life with cancer. How do you actually do it? Because we
Sure.
everywhere there's survivorship. Oh, I survived. Oh, okay, but I haven't survived. Where am I getting my support from?
Yeah. So good.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so that's
So
that's why I
you
believe it's purpose. Absolutely.
amazing. Amazing. And so I guess out of your own experiences, She Speaks is born. And what does the community look like in terms of, I'm assuming a lot of the people who are part of your community and your monthly meetups and things, which we'll get to in terms of how the structure works and in terms of the community, but are probably those who either are living with cancer.
Mhm.
Is it open to more than people who are living with cancer? What does the community itself look like?
Okay. So, just breaking down our community, we do have a community that's ladies and some men living with cancer.
Okay.
We've got a WhatsApp group there, and
Right.
that one is navigating cancer with a holistic approach.
Okay.
Then we do have another community where it's just church based, where we speak
Right.
about, but that one I'm still trying to like come up, like be more strong with there. But I
Right.
mean, we discuss the importance of God and I would like learn scriptures and just hold each other's hand
Sure.
from a faith point of view. And
Yeah.
then the body and the mind, I do try and get more information and look for more information with regards to the trauma side of cancer because a lot of people don't
Hmm.
necessarily know how traumatic it really is and also how to
Mhm.
navigate that, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
WhatsApp group that's navigating the cancer one, we look at so people that have been diagnosed with cancer and also their what's it called? Their support system or
Right.
yeah, their support system. Because I don't think we give enough credits to the support system because we
Yes.
expect them to be okay and like be okay with I am not doing well, you
Sure.
know. And they can't say, "Oh, I'm not doing well," but as the patient, you can. So we try to
Sure.
also give them as much information and equip them to be able to be there for the patient. So that's necessarily our community.
Other
We are also
communities.
looking, yeah, and then we are looking at now also doing workshops
Okay.
and look at really how we can navigate well this is future plans though but like
Okay.
actually do workshops on navigating life with cancer.
Sure. Yeah,
Mm.
because I mean, in your case, it's been 8 years now, living with it. And I'm just like, first of all, that's incredible and a testament to like just life and hope and leading life with faith. And I can't imagine what that must be like. And at some point you likely get adjusted, but to really hold space for other people in the midst of the journey is incredible, and it's probably a great source of strength for you as well, you know, especially people who understand what it is you're navigating and processing. um Okay, so there's these support, there's a support community element, and then there's the main community who are the people who are living with cancer and still a part of the bigger community. And then I see that you guys have online sessions, and I mean, one of the core elements of the community, or She Speaks, is about expression. So let's talk a little bit about what that looks like. So in terms of expression, and maybe just an aside a little bit, because I think this word expression is super powerful in an age where we have so much vocab for different things. I was just reflecting on this, and to your point around trauma as well. We're living in a time and an age that we've developed vocabulary around traumas, vocabulary around struggles and illness and things, which is great because it's empowering, you know, like identifying the problem is probably half the problem solved. But then there's the other side where it's almost like we are just circling as a society in the trauma, in the sense that we're only able to recognize the trauma. And I'm interested in, because obviously the framework of what you're doing is healing, and so to say, whilst we can acknowledge this is what we're struggling with, or we acknowledge this is what we're going through, we can experience healing, which I've been hearing a lot around, this idea that, you know, our lifestyles, or the way even therapy and psychology works nowadays isn't always conducive to people really wanting to heal or really getting to healing. You know, we can name our issues, but we can't heal. What does self-expression look like at She Speaks? What are the things you kind of build into it to really speak to healing? I mean, of course know healing is not linear, you know, it's a process, but what does that look like in the She Speaks space?
Okay, so one big thing that I didn't realize what will happen to me is really starting She Speaks and also being able to be transparent about my own journey. And
Right.
that, and like it's equipped me to also heal. But the
Yeah.
bigger thing that we do is, if you want to dance, if you want to sing, if you want to paint,
Sure.
if you just want to scream into a pillow, like we will get that for you. And like if you want to come with a group of women,
Yeah.
and we look at expression in terms of the arts points of view,
Okay.
also in terms of our online conversations.
Yeah.
If you want to also just be a part of that, you
Sure.
definitely can. But
Sure.
expression for us is really just, I mean, you will be surprised at how many people heal just by painting, you know,
Sure.
and we say like paint anything, you know.
Yeah.
In terms of also dancing, if you
Mm.
just want to come and just start screaming as well into a pillow, like
Yeah.
just releasing that energy.
Yeah.
If you want to just also cry, because I don't think a
Yes.
lot of people realize that just crying is also expression. You know, why do we
Yes.
accept laughing and dancing and screaming, but we don't
Yeah.
accept crying as an expression?
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
when I was in my period of really healing from a lot of things and healing from a lot of traumas, I went a whole 2, 3 months just crying so much, and I'm like, gosh, when am I gonna stop? You know? And
Sure.
when I actually did stop, I didn't realize how much I was healed from things that I just pushed under the carpets.
Mm.
So any type of expression, we don't look at, like, we look at it as you can do whatever you want to do,
Right.
and
What
we will,
works?
yeah, and we will provide that platform for you to be
Right.
able to express yourself.
Sure.
Mm,
Incredible. Incredible.
mm,
And so how do people get connected, those who are maybe at the beginning of their journey, you know, with cancer, or maybe those who are quite advanced and just felt, look, I've been processing this for a while, maybe it's a bit scary venturing into being part of a community, or not sure what to expect, but how primarily, so of course you've got the online, I mean, sorry, the self-expressions. I see you've got online monthly sessions where you just get together, and maybe just touch on what other ways also that you do gather as a community, and then how people can get connected with She Speaks in that way.
Okay. So, what we normally do is just, as I said earlier, with regards to the WhatsApp groups,
Okay.
um, and also we make sure that our groups aren't as big. So if we need like four
Okay.
different groups of the same thing, because we've also seen that smaller groups, it enables people to really open up and be like vulnerable, be able to be vulnerable. And that's the
Yeah.
biggest thing that we really want people to be, is be able to talk about their problems.
Right.
And then also our online conversations, and also
Right.
our socials. We spread a lot of information on our socials, just with
Mhm.
regards to how to eat, like your faith,
Sure.
how to exercise, just a lot of holistic healing
So
things,
good.
yeah, awareness things. And the
Mhm.
biggest thing is you can go to our website. It's
Yeah.
www.shespeaksa.org, or you
Right.
can WhatsApp me on 081 790 3425.
Right.
Also, with regards to the WhatsApp, there's no time in which I say you can't get a hold of me, because I do know at 3 o'clock in the morning when everybody's sleeping, that's when
Yeah.
your tears come out. Hooray! You know, if you want to call me and message me at that 3 o'clock,
That's it.
I, you know,
Okay.
I could
Yeah.
do that. Yeah. So
Sure.
what I also can do is just put them on the
On the
comments
chat.
in terms
Awesome.
of, yeah, in terms of where they can get a hold of us.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Rejo. Thank you for sharing and thank you for being transparent and vulnerable. And I say you're a conqueror, because to be living with cancer for 8 years and really just doing life still, I think for many, will think about cancer and think this is pretty much the end of the road. And I can imagine, living in the tension of course, this is serious, but I can still live. I can raise my family. I can be in community with others. I can be healthy. I can build something special and important and purposeful. And I feel like you're an example of that. So I really continue to shine light, and yeah, blessings to you and your little girl. And thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Awesome. All righty.